I bet we are live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Facebook world.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Bravo Music Academy. I'm going to take a quick second here and close the tab so we don't get any extra noises going on. There we go. Welcome back to Bravo Music Academy. I'm Miss Christy, and as promised, I'm joined by Ms Shana today.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate it so much. So last week, and I gotta adjust my mask because last week that's what we talked about. We talked about having a lesson with your mask on, and I can already tell you I'm struggling today. My mask, and you probably can't see it because it's black, but when I breathe in through my mouth, I'll get close. See how it moves? So it's sucking into my mouth, and that's making it hard to talk. I should have thought about that for today, but I didn't. But there are complications that come with lessons and masks. And last week, our discussion was about instrumental lessons. Uma's one of my piano students, and she has lessons with masks on. Ms Shana is our voice teacher extraordinaire here at the Academy. And today, she and I are going to talk about having a voice lesson with your mask on. We have 3 tips for you, and in preparing for today, we came up with a 4th bonus tip that goes for any and all musicians. So hang out until the end and you will hear that bonus tip. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's dive in. Go ahead. Tell us what number 1 is.
Okay, get the right mask.
That's so important, isn't it?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because you need to be able to breathe. You need to make sure that it stays on your nose and that it doesn't come off when you're talking or singing.
How do you know what the right mask is?
Well, you know if it doesn't move. If it doesn't move off your nose, I feel like...
Okay, yeah, mine slides a little bit up and down. Your mask is a different shape than mine.
Yes, this is a singing mask, a special singing mask.
Okay.
And it stays on. I've had trouble finding a mask just for everyday life that won't move. And this is the one for me. It won't move. It's there's like sticky stuff on the nose, and there's also a wire that stays on, and it's just I have the back elastic.
Oh, that's nice. I never noticed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to show you a little something here. My mask goes around my ear like that. But Ms. Shani, and it's elastic. Yours is elastic, but it goes around your whole head.
Oh, and I have two elastic.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice. So let's talk for Steve. You're right. It's not fun. Not at all. Let's talk about the differences between your mask and my mask. And I probably should have worn a brighter colored mask so everyone could see. But my mask is it's a jersey knit cotton mask. It's actually a kid-sized mask, which is probably why I'm having a little bit of trouble with it staying put. But I don't have a super large face, so adult masks kind of poke me in the eyes. But I've got a seam down the center here. Can you? There we go. I've got a seam down the center, and then it just kind of is 2 parts. Your mask is different. Yours is also dark, so you might have to scooch in a little bit.
Okay.
So Ms. Shana's mask is actually one piece that's held away from, can you turn to your, yeah, sure. That way. So it's got one part that cups around the front of her face, and it's supported by 2, I guess that they're probably plastic or metal piping.
Yes, 2 piping.
2 pipings.
So that when I open my mouth, it moves.
It moves, but the mask doesn't move because you've got that extra fabric up top. That's really cool. And then it's got full chin coverage, too.
So there's no air coming out.
That's great. That's so cool. I am definitely going to be getting myself a singer's mask, even just for teaching so that I don't have to deal with it sucking into my mouth. And I guess because it's got the piping and it's held off of your mouth, you don't have the same problem that I have. Like if I hold my mask away from my face and breathe in through my mouth, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't suck into my mouth. But then it's away from my mouth and I've got all this extra space, and that kind of defeats the purpose of the mask. You don't have any of that issue. You're fully covered.
Yes.
And it's away from your face.
Yes. Yeah, it's perfect.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, so tip number 1, get yourself a singer's mask. Big difference. I'm going to order mine today, and I can't wait to get it in. And you know what? Maybe in a couple of weeks after I have it and and use it for a while, I will give you guys a little review, and maybe we'll go over the differences. Like I'll have 2 separate masks to show you. That would be fun. That'd be so cool. All right, let's go on to tip number 2. Don't focus on the mask. Now, Uma and I talked about this last week, not focusing on the mask. And for me, and we actually talked about this, for me, not focusing on the mask is, I was thinking, don't focus on the mask that your teacher is wearing. Focus on your teacher's face, on their expression, their eyes, their expression, their being, not the mask that's covering their face. But for Uma, she was thinking, don't focus on the mask on your own face. Just do your thing. So for you, when you've got your students, what is your version of don't focus on the mask?
I just pretend we don't have masks on at all and just focus on teaching and the lesson.
Okay, so you're more along the lines of what Uma was thinking. Don't think about the mask.
Pretend it doesn't even exist. Just, do your thing. And because if I concentrate on the mask and everything, I get nervous and I won't be able to breathe or whatever. Yeah. So I just pretend it doesn't even exist. It was really hard for me to adjust to the mask. I never wore anything on my face before, in life. And now I have to, when I go out of my house, wear this thing that isn't exactly comfortable. And, it's itchy and all that. So, yeah.
I'll tell you, and I'll tell all of you, my skin is a mess because of wearing all of these masks. My chin and the sides of my, like under my cheeks, my skin is just so angry from wearing the mask. And yeah, it was a big adjustment. It's starting to calm down now. I think all of me is getting used to it.
Yeah, it's a big adjustment.
It's a huge adjustment.
Especially like little kids when they, when they first came in the first couple weeks, they're always itching at it, and and I would say, just pretend you don't have it on. Pretend you don't have it on. And some people are. Sometimes you need a little break too.
Yes. And that leads us to number 3. So that's perfect. Go ahead, tell us number 3.
So this is, it's okay to need a break, and how to take one.
Yeah. It's okay if you need a break. I have needed a break before from my mask. I've been in the middle of a lesson and I've had to say, give me 15 seconds. And I have had to take my mask off for those 15 seconds and just breathe without it for a bit, because sometimes you just don't feel right, right?
And sometimes I let my students, if I notice that they're upset or stressful, I could tell, and I just say, do you need a break? Do you need a drink of water? Do you want to go to the bathroom? And that helps.
Yeah.
And you just splash some water on your face. Sometimes you can get really hot too.
Yes.
In the summer, it was really hot. And
this is a hot mask.
And I have gone to the bathroom and put some water on my face just to take a breath, because it can be very stressful.
Yeah. And taking a break like that is healthy. I think it's good for everyone. And the best way, I think we said the how to take a break. I think the best thing to do is just go into the bathroom to take your break, because you can close the door. You're the only one in there. There's no risk of breathing on anybody when you're there. I did have a situation once with one of my young students. We teach, for those of you who are not familiar with our lessons here, we teach students as young as 3 years old. And 3-year-olds, as much as some of them think the masks are fun. And as much as it's a fun new thing for them, they still need breaks too. They get overwhelmed by so many different factors. And the one student, we had all the windows open. It was a beautiful day. So I had to go print something out for her. So I just said, go stand by the window and breathe in the fresh air. So she took off her mask standing at the window, breathed the fresh air, while I went out of the room and did my own thing, and then came back, and she had her mask back on, and it was great. It was fine. It worked beautifully. So I guess that's another bonus tip for you guys. Stand at the window or go step outside. That's another good way. That's when I had to take my break. That's what I did. I just stepped out. My If we go that way and then around the corner, the front door is right there, so I can just step right out and still be within earshot of my lessons, which is pretty nice. And I'm just noticing how dark we are. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's better. Oh, maybe. I think we're going to have to, it's dark out today. It's rainy here. What's the weather like by you? Let me know. Let us know. Because if it's sunny, I want to see pictures. Definitely. All right, so let's do a quick recap of our 3 how to have voice lessons with mask tips, and then we will give you our bonus tip. And I see comments. Sean, I will link. There are a couple of places that Ms Shana has gotten them from. I will link the one that she's currently wearing. That's the one that I'm going to buy. And there are a couple other ones on Etsy that she's purchased for her students, and I will link those as well in the comments for you so that you can just grab them. So, 3 tips for having a voice lesson with a mask. First is to get the right mask. You do not want a plain, regular old mask that you can get at the grocery store or on Amazon or Walmart or wherever you get your masks from. You want a special singer's mask. Make sure that it sits away from the face and doesn't suck into your mouth like mine is right now. The second tip is not to focus on the mask. And I think this is so important for everybody. If you only focus on your mask, like I have been for almost all of this broadcast today, I'm just thinking about how it's in my mouth all the time. Don't focus on it. Let what you're doing be your focus. Let your teacher be your focus. Let your instrument be your focus, right? The third one is that it's okay to need a break. So if you have to take that break, do it, but do it safely. Stand outside, go to the bathroom. I love your splash your face with some water. That's really nice. I think it's really refreshing. And since most of us adults at least, are not wearing makeup underneath our masks, it feels a little easier to do that than it would be on a normal day. All right, so those are our 3 tips. Let's dive into our bonus tip now. And this is for everybody. This is something that I don't know why I didn't think of it last time, but I'm glad you thought of it and that we could share it with everybody. And this is all about bodily functions. Because we all cough and we all sneeze. It happens. It happened to me just last week. I sneezed in my mask. The first thing I will say, do not take your mask off to cough or sneeze. Totally defeats the purpose of having the mask in the first place. So keep your mask on. Let it happen. It's okay. The mask will catch everything that comes out. That said, if it does, and it's really gross, you can put on a new mask. It's okay. I know a lot of places, we have it, and I know a lot of other places have extra masks. And we have those extra disposable surgical style masks, the paper ones. So if you're in a lesson and you sneeze, at least you didn't sneeze all over your teacher or all over the instrument or the music. You sneezed on your mask, and if it's really a problem, it's okay. We got you covered with an extra mask. Has that happened to you?
Oh, yes. I had a student that sneezed in the mask, but it was really good timing because it was like 5 minutes before it was time to go anyway.
Oh, that's good.
So she sneezed. She goes, don't stop in my mask. I'm like, okay, well, we have 5 minutes left. You can just go. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if that happened in the middle of the lesson, I'd probably just, we have another one, go to the bathroom. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It happens. And nobody's going to be upset at you for it, so don't worry about that. I did have one student sneeze and get really upset. Yeah, he thought that he was going to get in trouble for sneezing in his mask.
Aww.
Yeah. It was another situation. It was like 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes before the end of the lesson. And he just, like, I could see the panic and the tears welling up in his eyes. And I just went, what's the matter? He goes, I sneezed. My mask is dirty. And I went, do you want a new mask? Yeah. Okay. And even though it was 5 minutes before the end, we got a new mask. It's okay. It's all good. So, there you have it. I don't think I have anything else to add to you.
No, I don't think so.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. This was so fun. I think we're going to have Ms Shana on again And if you are interested in voice lessons, if you are local to the Denville area here in New Jersey, and you're interested in voice lessons, we are doing in-person voice lessons now. As long as you have your singer's mask, you're more than welcome to join us. So that's all we've got for today. Thank you. Thank you. And I will catch you guys next week. I will put those links for you to those singer's masks so that you have them and you can grab your own. I think they're going to be great for all teachers. So I might share this with some of our teacher groups so that you guys know how awesome they can be. All right, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye.